Okay, so Second Empire has hit a bit of a snag. Basically, my job has become more demanding, and it's left me with less time to actually work on the series. And I still get my 2 days off, but I've got other stuff to be doing, and I can't spend more than, say, 3 or 4 hours a day working on the project. And with a project this big, that's starting to slow things down tremendously. I did consider stopping the project, but that would have annoyed me because it's another unfinished thing. So, I am looking for 2 or 3, or if I can get more, animators to help with the series. Now, the way I'd work is I'd ask you if you wanted to do either single shots or complete sequences. A single shot obviously would be one camera, and it'd just be a shot part of a sequence. A sequence or a scene would range anywhere from 2 or 3 shots to 20 shots. In fact, I think the biggest scene I've ever had about 34 shots in it. That was one of the briefing scenes. So if you're an animator, and obviously for legal reasons I can't, this is like a non-profit thing, so I can't, you won't get any money out of it. So it's literally a volunteer. I did have a couple of animators working, but for personal reasons they've had to drop out of the project, and I'm really grateful for the work they've done. They did a lot of work for that, which I'm really thankful for. So if you work in Cinema 4D release 15 or higher, we've had issues transferring files to older versions. It might be possible with R14, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. Also, anyone that can do good sound design, because one of the weakest things of the series is the sound, and that's my fault because I really don't know what I'm doing. People that know how to do rigging and binding for organic characters. If you haven't read the comic, there are a few organic characters. There's a couple of humanoids. Specifically, facial animation. There's one character that is in basically nearly all the last act of the comic, and right. If you don't want to be spoiled, then stop watching this video. It's Davros. Davros turns up, and he's in 3 versions. He's in his human version with a fellow Khaled, who only appears in one flashback scene. But again, he'll need like the full facial animation. I don't want like full like Gollum type animation. It's just so that it's not a 1998 game video. You know, where they're just a single bone in the jaw that would look horrible. He also appears in his normal wheelchair form with his one arm, so that would be less to rig as well, but still would have facial animation. Obviously, with the mutated version of Davros, the facial animation would be less. I mean, I don't think I'd have him do the full articulation, but maybe it'd be like he's struggling to actually move his jaw. The other version is when he's just a head. And again, he is in like if you've seen Remembrance of the Daleks, he's in like that big emperor thing, and occasionally the door will slide up and you'll see his face. But you could just, I'm not an expert, but I'm thinking you could just copy the head from the chair model to that model. People that can do good effects, like Pyrocluster, I've tried to integrate live action explosions and stuff into Second Empire, but it just doesn't look right. The main reason I've used them is because Pyrocluster, well, I can't make it do what I want it to do. I don't have any like the turbulence or the fume effects plugins. So yeah, if you're interested in helping, there'll be a link. Well, sorry, there'll be my email address in the description, or you can just simply link some examples of your stuff in the video. I mean, I'm not looking for anyone that's like, you don't have to be super experienced. If you've never really animated before, then I've had one person that had never animated before, and he did a really, really good job on a scene with Turd and 200, his assistant. So if you're interested, either email me or link in the description. Sorry, link in the video. I look forward to hearing you, and hopefully we can get Second Empire produced faster. Thanks, guys.